Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Ailey. In today's video we're going to talk a little bit about Scottish slang. Now, if you have watched my videos in the past, you might have realised that I am Scottish. I'm from the Highlands of Scotland, and before I start I have to say that town to town, village to village, city to city, region to region, this will differ. The Scottish dialects are insane. Now, if you listen to me talk right now, I am trying to pronounce my words a little bit better. I am trying to be a little bit easier to understand, and talking online like this, I don't sound the way I do normally sound when I'm speaking to my friends. Now, for the most part I do, but really I do pronounce my words a lot better now than I used to, because I've had to, I guess anybody who does any sort of like public speaking or anything like that will understand. You have to change up how you speak a little bit, just so that people can understand you better. We're going to talk a little bit about slang words. Now, like I said, these, like the dialects, the way people say things, what they say differs hugely. Now, it does in most places, so just before anybody comes onto this video that is either from Scotland or not from Scotland or whatever and says, that's not how I say that, this isn't how I say that, I've pulled out a few because there are a lot of words that are Scottish slang that I don't use, that like maybe Glaswegians will use more, or Invernessians, or people from Edinburgh, you know, like things like that. There's a lot of words that people use from Aberdeen that I would never ever use. One, for example, is ken, and that means no. Now, like, do you ken what I mean? I would never say that, but that is a Scottish slang word. So I've picked out some of the ones that I do use, or that people I know, my family and stuff like that use, and I'm going to share them with you. Like I said, everybody's different. I mean, my brother will use words that I don't use and stuff like that, so it's taken with a pinch of salt. These are the ones that I use, and they are quite popular Scottish slang words. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I suppose let's just get started. Kind of did them in alphabetical order, but then I've like thought of other ones and added them in. So I have them written down because I know that if anybody else is like me, when I try and think of something, complete brain fart, totally mind goes blank, and I didn't want that to happen, so I wrote down all the ones I used. So the first one is, and I'll put them up on the screen as well so you can see how they're spelled in that, but the first one is alright. Now, it's basically means all right, so you're saying alright, and it means hi or how are you. So if I'm walking down the street and I see somebody I know, I'll be like, alright, you know, so you're saying sort of hi instead of saying hi, or I will say hi, or I'll say hiya, or, you know, stuff like that as well. But alright is kind of like hi. I is yes. You can say no for no, but I don't generally tend to say that. I'll just say no or nah, N-A instead. But I is quite a very, very popular word for yes in Scotland. We all say arse. I'm not exactly sure why, but instead of saying ass or asshole, we say arse or arsehole, and it's just something that we do. We call tobacco baccy, so it's baccy instead of tobacco. I think that could just be a lazy thing. And for cigarettes, now this could come off completely offensive, but we call cigarettes fags. Now that is not meant in an offensive way at all. Basically it means cigarettes, not meant in the offensive way at all. I was brought up from the day I started smoking or knew what cigarettes were, I've always called them fags. The next one I've got here is Baltic, and Baltic's one I use quite a lot. It's basically when you're freezing, so like I'm Baltic, or it's Baltic outside. Boz or bawbag. If anybody ever heard of Hurricane Bawbag, you'll know what this is, or you might not know what it is, but a bawbag is basically a ball sack. Testicles, if you want to get really into it. So boz or a bawbag. And that brings me on to the next one, which is baw hair. Now, a baw hair obviously is a pubic hair. See, saying these words out loud, like, and having to explain them is so weird. But a baw hair to us, or to me at least, is a unit of measurement. So if a bird swoops down at your head, you'd be like, God, it missed me by a baw hair, or something like that. Or there was a baw hair in it, you know, it's like the tiniest unit of measurement. So if they missed it by like a millimetre, that's a baw hair. Belter is excellent, so I got I don't know, a belter of a tan this summer. I got a belter of a haircut, so I got a really good haircut. Big yin, now this is something that I always call my older brother. Like if it's his birthday, I'll say happy birthday Big Yin because he's really tall. So this is like a term of endearment and it just means big one. And everybody to me is a big one because I am 5'3". Blurred, rubbered, blotto, pished, these all mean drunk. Admittedly, they are different degrees of drunk, so blootered is very drunk, pished can just be like a little bit drunk, rubbered is when your body is like rubber, you're so drunk. We've got lots of names for drunk. Bonny means pretty, so if you say that somebody is bonny, it means they're pretty. Chebs are boobs. Chebs is one that's used quite a lot in like jokes and things like that. Clatty or clarty or clart is dirty, so like if I'm doing my makeup and my mum sees like that I've got makeup all over my hand and I haven't washed it off yet, she'll be like, oh, you clart, you know, so that it just means, you know, dirty. Crack, this one you can spell it C-R-A-C-K or we spell it C-R-A-I-C, and it basically is what's the crack. So if you say to somebody what's the crack, you're asking them what's happening, how they are, you know. We've got dreich, which is basically Scottish weather 24/7. It means like damp and overcast. So if it's dreich outside, you know it's going to start raining. One of my personal favourites is idiot, and that just means idiot. So if somebody, I don't know, stubs their toe, you'd be like, oh, you idiot. Fanny. Now I know that like there are things in like America and stuff like that are called fanny packs. We call them bum bags. But a fanny to us is obviously a vagina, and if you are, I don't know, if somebody's being an idiot, basically the kind of same as idiot, you would call them a fanny, like what are you doing, you fanny, sort of thing. Hacket is ugly or like fallen to bits, so if you've got like a really old car that's like a proper banger, that's more Scottish slang, you could call it hacket. Hogmanay. Now if you've seen my Hogmanay or New Year's Eve tutorial, you'll kind of got this already, but Hogmanay is what we call New Year's Eve. Hoorah. Now hoorah is very, so if you were going to say it's very cold outside today, you would say it's hoorah cold out there today. Jamp is something that I actually didn't know spanned outside of where I live because I always got in trouble for saying it, and my mum's from a different part of the country originally, and she's like, that's completely wrong, stop saying that. But jamp is basically jumped, so instead of saying I jumped over the fence, we say I jamp over the fence. So next we've got loupin, and loupin just means really sore. So if you slam your finger in the door, you would be like, my finger is loupin, it's just really sore. Minger is like what you would call somebody who's like an ugly person, so you're a minger. Or if you've seen somebody picking their nose, you could say, what a minger. Numpty is like a lovable idiot. It's like an idiot, but it's kind of like an endearing term for idiot. Oh, rat arsed, that's another one for pissed. That's very, very pissed. Or drunk. Quality is excellent. So if you'd be like, oh, this sandwich is quality, it's just a really good sandwich. Scunnered. Now scunnered is a word that I use quite a lot. If I'm scunnered with something, it just means you're completely fed up with something. If you've been trying to do your eye look for 25 minutes, you can get completely scunnered with it, which just means you can be completely fed up with it. Knackered is one I use all the friggin' time. It just means that you're really tired. I'm always knackered. If somebody asks me how I am, I'm like, I'm knackered, basically. Skint is poor or no money. I think I've put that in a video before. I've said it. I've said I'm skint before, but basically it just means that you've got no money. You're totally skint, or you're skinted. Swatch is a look. Now it's quite funny because obviously when we do swatches of, say, eyeshadow palettes and things like that, it's like you're having a look at something. So you could be like, have a swatch of that, or have a swatch of that. Neeps and tatties. Now neeps is turnip, tatties is potatoes, and you'll find this if you are over in Scotland and there's something on the menu that's called haggis, neeps and tatties. It is haggis, turnip and potatoes. Bollocks means oh crap, and my personal favourite, I usually just say bollock, and that means it's not quite as crap. So if, I don't know, if I drop something, I'll be like, oh bollock. And then somebody will ask me why just bollock and not bollocks? And I'm like, well, it's not a complete bollocks, but it's just bollock. Or you can make a complete bollock of something, which means you can just totally arse it up. I think that is mostly what I've got. I'm trying to think if I can think of any other ones. Now, one thing I would say is the Scottish people swear a lot. At least the ones I know anyway. And I basically put it down to the fact that I use swear words as filler words. As you can see on my channel, I don't swear an awful lot because I want to keep it relatively family friendly. I do know that my niece watches my videos and the other younger people watch my videos, so I don't want it to be full of like bad language or anything like that, but sometimes they slip out, and to be honest, now that the monetization rules and all that have changed, I just kind of let it, especially with this one. Obviously a lot of these words don't really mean sweary words, they mean kind of normal things to us, but they are considered swear words. That's another one, sweary words. I know another one actually is wazzock. My mum always calls me a wazzock, and it basically means idiot as well. There are loads more that I use. These are just the ones that sort of jumped out at me that I know that I use, or people that I know use. They just kind of fall out of my mouth, and really I don't pay that much attention, so you might hear some of them come out in my videos and stuff like that, but generally I try and use words that people will understand, because really it can totally get lost in translation if you're using words that everybody doesn't understand. So yeah, I think that is about it. If you have any Scottish slang that maybe I missed or that you use, then leave it in the comment section below for me. I would love to hear. As I said, not everybody speaks this way, not everybody uses these words. There are loads more words that we use that maybe other people don't use, but these are just a few of my favourites. And yeah, I think that's about it. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video and you found it somewhat interesting. Maybe it gave you an insight into something you've maybe heard somebody say in the past and now you know what it actually means. But apart from that, I think that's pretty much it. So if you enjoyed this video, I would love if you would give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you want to hear anything more about Scotland, about maybe like what kind of sweeties that we have here, things, I don't know, maybe more to do with the slang or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below as well, because I actually found this quite cool, because it's something that you don't really think of. I don't know if there's anything else that you want to know about Scotland, then let me know. But apart from that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check the little bell so you're notified of my next upload. I do upload on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, so hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!